Now see the illustration number 1. Now we'll work out the one of illustration relating to earned leave encashment, relating to taxable earned leave encashment. See the illustration. I'll read out the question. Miss Sumangala retires from service after serving for 31 years and 7 months from PQR Limited and received rupees 4 lakh as earned leave encashment, EL encashment or earned leave encashment. Her last drawn basic in January 2020 was rupees 17,500 with an annual increment of rupees 750 received in July every year. DA at 50% of basic, of which 75% is included for retirement benefit, and a commission of 1% on the turnover of rupees 25,50,000 achieved during the last 10 months. She had 11 months of earned leave to her credit. Compute the taxable earned leave encashment. So here we have to compute the taxable earned leave encashment with this information. See here, Miss Sumangala, she served in the PQR Limited, means she is a non-government employee. So what is the rule in case of non-government employee? That is, we have to take least of these 4 criteria. So actual leave encashment received, 10 months average salary or salary for approved period of leave to his or her credit, and statutory limit. So among these 4 criteria we have to take least. So least is the exemption here. So actual leave encashment amount received. So we need to know here, Miss Sumangala retires from service after serving for 31 years and 7 months from PQR Limited. So she is a non-government employee and received 4 lakh as a EL encashment. This is nothing but the actual earned leave encashment amount received. Actual leave encashment, earned leave encashment received is nothing but 4 lakh. Her last drawn basic in Jan 2020. So here they have not given when she retires. They have not given when she retires, but they have given her last drawn basic. So salary usually an employee receives, lastly they receive in the month of retirement. After that they are not going to receive a salary. So her last drawn basic in January 2020 means in the month January she retires. It is taken as in the month January she retires. So in the month Jan she drawn her last basic salary. So that is nothing but rupees 17,500 is her last drawn salary with an annual increment of rupees 750. So here they have given the annual increment of rupees 750 received in July every year. So while computing 10 months salary, we have to give effect of increment, with increment and without increment, because here out of the 10 month salary, few months will be considered as a with increment and few months will be without increment. So that we have to calculate here when they give increment info. Then DA at 50% of basic. So DA value is, we have to take 50% of basic. So we can't take directly on this value 50% when increment is given. When increment is given, after computing 10 months salary, we have to take that total basic salary. On that we have to compute 50% of basic. So 50% of basic will be treated as a DA. Now what this illustration further says, of which 75% is included for retirement benefit. So in that basic value 75% is included for retirement benefit, and a commission of 1% on turnover of 25,50,000 is achieved during the last 10 months. So this is a turnover value of last 10 months. On this value we have to compute the commission of percentage. 1%, commission of 1%. She had 11 month earned leave to her credit. So that we have to take here. Approved period of earned leave to her credit is 11 month. So that is 11 month is a approved period of leave to her credit, and we have to multiply, we have to take salary for the 11-month approved period. So that is we have to multiply the average salary here, average salary into 11. So based on that we have to compute the earned leave encashment. So here in case of a leave encashment, earned leave encashment, salary means the same we have to take as we used to take in case of a gratuity for employees not covered under Gratuity Act. So that is nothing but basic plus DA if they consider for retirement benefit, and commission if they give percentage on turnover. So that so salary means basic, DA and commission here we have to take. Now we'll solve the solution. Now write the solution, write the heading computation of taxable earned leave encashment of Miss Sumangala for the assessment year 2020-21. Draw 3 column, particulars and 2 amount column. Under that, as per the condition in case of a non-government employee, we have to write the same format, that is actual leave encashment amount received, actual leave encashment amount received. So what is the actual leave encashment received given in the question? That is rupees 4 lakh as a EL encashment. So rupees 4 lakh as she received as a earned leave encashment, means she converted her earned leave as a converted into money. She received her earned leave encashment is nothing but the leave is converted into money, and she received finally the 4 lakh amount. Now we have to see whether this 4 lakh amount is taxable, whether this 4 lakh amount what she received as a earned leave encashment, whether it is fully taxable or whether it is if it is given exemption, then to what extent she can claim exemption, and to what extent she has to pay a tax on the earned leave. So if she is a non-government employee, if she receives a earned leave at the time of retirement, see here she retires from service and receives. So here she receives this earned leave at the time of retirement. So when she receives the earned leave at the time of retirement, what is the conditions is when non-government employee receives the earned leave at the time of retirement, then conditions apply. So these conditions we have to apply here. So that is she can claim the exemption here. So what is the exemption? What exemption says under section 10 subsection 10 AA? What this section of income tax says about? We have to take list of the following 4 criteria. List of the following 4 criteria. We have to take exemption in the 4 criteria, which is a least value. For that, to that extent she can claim a exemption here. Now we'll see one by one. Now we'll take one by one. First point, actual leave encashment amount received. Actual leave encashment amount received, that is same as what she received. 1, she can claim exemption whatever she receives, or there might be a 10-month average salary. Now we have to compute what is this average salary. So average salary is nothing but we have to take salary of last 10 months including the month of retirement. And here salary means basic, DA, DP and commission. DA, DP if it consider for retirement benefit, commission if it is given as a percentage of turnover. So now we'll calculate what is this salary here means. Write working note. So here we have to compute the salary first. So salary, before computing the salary, we should know which are the 10 months here. So she retired from service after serving 31 years 7 months. But they have not given the when she retires, but indirectly they have given her last drawn basic in Jan 2020 is rupees 17,500. It means that in the month Jan she retires. In the month Jan she retires, and we have to take preceding total 10 months salary. We have to take 10 months salary including the month of retirement. It means that we have to include even the month of retirement, but here they have not clearly given in which date she retired. In the month Jan, in which date she retired, they have not given clearly, but we can assume that she retired at the end of Jan because she drawn her salary for the Jan month. It means that she completed her service even in the month Jan, and she retired at the end of January month. So including the retirement month, we have to take 10 months salary. So January, next previous month is, this is January 2020. This is Jan 2020. Then December we have to take previous. So this is January to December 2019. And then previous month November, October, September, then July, August. So how many months? 3, 6, 7 months. So then 3 more months, that is April, May, June. April, May, June. So totally 10 months we have to take. See here, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January. So continuously we have the 10 months, 3, 6, 9, 10. Total 10 months. She retired in the month Jan. Including the retirement month, we have to take 10 months. So this is a 10 month. Totally we have 10 months. Now we have to see what is the salary in these 10 months. See here. So her last drawn basic in January 2020 was rupees 17,500. So in the month Jan 2020 she received rupees 17,500. So you can write here, or even you can write here. There no space, so I will write here. Rupees 17,500 is the salary what she received in the month January. Okay. Next, when this increment falls, the annual increment of 750 received in July every year. So from July month she used to receive increment. So that is from July month 17,500 she is receiving. So from July month she used to receive 17,000, means her last drawn salary is 17,500, means in the month December also she received the same, November she received the same, October she received the same, September she received the same, August she received the same, July she received the same. Before July she received how much? Without increment. Means what is the increment amount here? That increment value we have to deduct. Means that is without increment. Before July she received without increment. So that is increment is 750. So without increment means we have to deduct 17,500 minus 750. So that is nothing but 16,750. So 16,750 for 3 months. Clear? So in the month January when she retired, she received 17,500 as a basic salary. See here, her last drawn basic in Jan 2020 is 17,500. So that is her last drawn salary. So before that she used to receive the same value. Till July she received the same value. Means in the month July she received the increment, salary with the increment. After that also she received salary with the increment. So this is the value with the increment. January month salary they have given in the question, that is the value with the increment. And before that, before July month she received salary without increment, that is 16,750 is the without increment. Now we have to multiply, we have to take salary here. Salary means what? Here salary means, in this illustration salary means we have to take basic, then DA considered for retirement benefit, and commission given as percentage of turnover. So this much information is given. So we have to take now basic. So 10 months salary, basic salary, basic, under that without increment, that is 16,750 into how many month? 3 month. We have to calculate, and with the increment, that is 17,500 into 7. 10 means 7 month. 7, 8, 9, 10. So that we have to calculate. So 16,750 into 3 is equal to 50,250. And 17,500 into 7 is equal to 1,22,500. So this is the basic salary. So the total is 1,72,750. What is this? Basic salary. Basic salary for 10 month. Clear? So that is we have calculated. This is the amount basic value. So when he taken 10 months basic, the total is 1,72,750. So this is the basic value. Now for salary purpose we need to take basic as well as DA. Now add DA. So what is the DA value? So what is the DA value given in the question? DA is nothing but 50% of basic. So what is the DA value given in the question? That is DA is nothing but 50% of basic. So now take DA 50% of basic. So that is basic how much? DA is nothing but 50% of basic. Okay. So how much? 1,72,750 is a basic value. In that 50% is a DA. So this is a DA value. Now we have to take salary here if DA is considered for retirement benefit. Now we have to see whether DA is considered for retirement benefit. Yes. Of this, in the DA, 75% of DA is included for retirement benefit. Means 75%, only the 75% of DA is included for the retirement benefit. So this much value we have to take here. So that is nothing but 64,781. So that is DA. Next we have to take commission, that is percentage on turnover. So what is the turnover given in this question? 25,50,000. So this is the turnover value for 10 month is given, and we have to take commission of 1% here. So commission of 1%. So that is 25,50,000 into 1%, nothing but 25,500. Now what is the total salary? So total salary is nothing but basic salary, basic 1,72,750 plus DA 64,781 plus commission 25,500 is equal to 2,63,031. This is a total salary for 10 months. Now we have to compute average salary. How to compute average salary? That is total salary for 10 months divided by 10. So how much? 2,63,031 divided by 10 is equal to 26,303. So this is the average salary. Now we have to take average salary here. Now we have to take 10 months average salary. Average salary how much? 26,303. 26,303 into we have to take 10 months. So that is nothing but total salary for 10 months we'll get here. That is 2,63,031. 2,63,031. Then third criteria is, what is the third criteria given here? Salary for approved period of leave to her credit. Salary for approved period of leave to her credit. So what is the approved period of leave to her credit is given? She had 11 months earned leave to her credit. So she got a 11-month leave to her credit, and 11-month salary she can convert into money as a earned leave encashment. So that is 11 months. So salary for approved period of leave we have to take. So salary is nothing but average salary here we have to take 26,303 into approved period how many month? 11 month. 11 month is a approved period of leave. So 26,303 into 11 equal to 2 lakh. Calculate once. 2,89,333. And fourth criteria, statutory limit or a maximum limit. So this is a limit prescribed as per income tax. So here maximum limit is 3 lakh. In case of a gratuity it is 20 lakh, but in case of a earned leave the maximum limit is 3 lakh. So if he receives a earned leave from previous employer, then we have to deduct here. There is no such information in this question, so 3 lakh we have to take. Here least of the following we have to take. Which is the least? 2,63,031. So to this extent, to the extent of 2,63,031, she can claim a exemption under section 10 subsection 10AA for the earned leave encashment, and the balance amount is taxable here. That is nothing but 1,36,969 is a taxable earned leave. So earned leave which can be converted into money, and if it is utilized while in service, earned leave it can be utilized during the time of service for his personal use. If it is unutilized, then she can encash that leave, means she can convert that leave into money, and it will be treated as a income to her. When it becomes income, it will become a taxable income, and there is a condition to what extent it is taxable. So that is what we have learnt here, the criteria for the exemption. When here Sumangala, she received earned leave of rupees 4 lakh amount, and she is a non-government employee, and she can claim exemption of 2,63,031 here, but to the extent of 1,36,969, she has to pay a tax on this income, on this earned leave, and it is added under the head income from salary. Under the head income from salary, she has to take earned leave encashment, that is how much? 1,36,969.